We're just chilling for a minute, honestly. We've got a big ass day with Gnome Day. I'm gonna be painting a bunch of gnomes that I created. Um, really excited about that. Dealing with life in general has been a lot, and I appreciate all you who have subscribed. Thank you so much. If you want to come in and drop a few questions about the channel or any questions about what is to come on the channel, I'm here to answer. And I just thought we'd hang out, have a day, a little meditation before the chaos that's not chaos, but before all the stuff that's going to ensue and the headaches. And I swear I'm going to pre-take Tylenol today because it's going to be one of those days already. I can tell you. I can already tell. I already know. It's already going to be a thing. You know what? I have to admit, I fought a lot with eyeshadows because certain companies use certain chemicals and products in their stuff that can cause me like horrible rashes on my face. And I've always wanted to get into the whole makeup thing, but I haven't been able to because it's just so hard to find a company that's not going to like break out my face. I would have to say the one company that I love, that is amazing, that is really good, is Jeffree Star. But the issue with his product is, boy, is it pricey. I mean, and for a fair amount. I mean, he's giving out an amazing product, and I love them, but $55 for a palette is not in my price range. I'm a poor ass bitch. So, let's just be fair. Half of my stuff is 3D printed. You know what I mean? Like when I have accessories, I even have 3D printed earrings. I mean, when I have accessories, like they're mostly stuff I made or handmade items or gifts from friends. If you see me with any kind of jewelry, 90% of the time it's a gift from a friend. I never really go out of my way to spend really hardcore money on makeup because my skin is so sensitive that I have to be very careful over what makeup, what products. It took me forever to find out. And like Il Maquillage is the concealer I'm using, and I love it. It's just like your skin. It works very well. It covers up the imperfections that I have. The thing is, though, I waited forever to try their product because I was too scared. There's one thing they used in their product I wasn't sure if it was necessarily something that had caused allergy attacks in the past or not, so I was very worried. I didn't want to have to put myself into an allergy situation where I have no EpiPen, I have no nothing. I would have to get rushed to the hospital. So I was like, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm going to screw up my entire day plans. But at the same time, yeah, I did use Il Maquillage for a while. Oh, sorry, I'm ADD, brain goes everywhere. Okay, so with the eyeshadow, Jeffree Star works really good, but this is not Jeffree Star, what I have on my eyelids. Okay, so I went and bought like a nice case of mica powder. Mica powder, oh my god. I mean, I just licked the fucking thing, dipped it in. It didn't have a lot of dropouts. Very opaque. I love it. And when I was using my brush to just blend and soften the lines on it, it was just so easy to actually work with. And I was really shocked about that. So if y'all ever want to know a really good hint on some good makeup, mica powder is a cheap solution for us broke-ass bitches where economy just wants to fuck us over and 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 over again. Yeah. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense how you move to a state you moved from a state where minimum wage was $15 where you moved from, and you moved to a state where they still have $7.25 for minimum wage here. But I'm paying 3 times as much in property tax as in the country as I was paying in the city. And I'm talking big city. I'm not talking little city. I'm talking the city. 3 million plus fucking people there. and I was paying less in property tax there for a more expensive house, for a $300,000 more expensive house price range. That's the difference in price range from this house to that house, and I'm still paying more in property tax where I am than where I was. And I'll bitch about this until I get an answer why it is that way, but, and I know it's all in state and shit like that, but that 3 times more than fucking city levels, we need to get a hold of ourselves here and recognize, like, this is why no one's buying any more houses. This is why no one's, wanting to move. This is why no one's wanting to travel. Like, you're going to hike up prices to a point where it costs $6,000 to $7,000 for one person to go on a vacation. No one's going to want to go on a vacation. Why? Because out of their maybe 30 to 40,000 that they make a year, they're not going to be able to take 7,000 out of that and go on some vacation that's going to have a one-time memory. No one's going to want to pay for that. They're going to pay for upgrades on their home. They're going to pay for enhancing their lives and making their lives better. If they're going to have a choice to pay for something, they're going to want to pay for self-improvement over self-enlightenment. And I'm not saying self-enlightenment doesn't come first for some people. What I'm trying to say is that it's just one of those things. One second. I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to do lives around here sometimes. I'm very busy house. So apologies. Um, Nah, it's a beautiful day. And what's even nicer is I thought we were going to end up with a rainstorm over us. And I was like, fuck it, I'm still doing Gnome Day. I don't care if it's a rainstorm or not. And that very quickly changed from rainstorm to it's all like south of us and moving below us, so we're safe. And I was like, man, I love that Gnome Day is just such a thing that even the weather is like, fuck it, I'll move aside. Like, we had to have Gnome Day. Any of you wondering what the heck I'm talking about with Gnome Day? We're just going in and painting gnomes. I printed a bunch of gnomes. And bird feeders and bird houses. And we're gonna go in. We're gonna paint, sell some stuff, provide refreshments for people. Just a little arts and crafts day at the end of summer to kick off right before we're about to go into a crazy ass school year. So, it would be fun. I need that coffee. My body's like, coffee. And no, like all week, all I did was yard work. That's why you see I got bit up by chiggers and bit up by some bugs. So I'm taking a break, healing my body from all the bug bites, and but I've been attacking the crap out of a whole acre that's like the height of me. So I hate chiggers. Do a poll on chiggers. How much people hate chiggers. If you're in a dry state, they're not that bad. But you're in a wet state, like humid, chiggers, man. There's a reason why in the South you don't lay in the grass. Now I know. It's a fair warning for people who've never been. Now you know. Don't fucking do it. And if you do, You're going to deal with 5 days of burning, itching, horrible. I mean, the worst part is they just burn. And they burn and burn and burn. Yeah, I would say that's about the worst part of it. It's a beautiful morning. Uh, I hate that when you know, does anyone have any like tips on a good lipstick? I wouldn't mind like a lip stain. I just don't understand why girls are so adamant on lipsticks because they smear and annoying. This one just got cakey on me, but I think it's because it's expired. It's just old. I need to call it what it is and put it pasture and get a new one. It feels very uncomfortable in the skin, so I'm just sitting here like. I'm also not a makeup girl. You can tell I'm all 90s with my makeup. Like, I'm not usually a makeup girl, so when I do makeup, it's just so I'm constantly like touching my face and rubbing, and it's very uncomfortable for me to wear makeup, to be honest with you. And I can see how, if you have a sensory issue, makeup can really fuck with you. Just saying. Why am I singing Christmas carols? No, it's because it's July. And it's a habit. Look at how long my dang nails are getting. That's the longest I've honestly got them without breaking them so far. And I'm like, I have a feeling after today I'm going to break like a couple nails. Should I do them? What do you think? Do my nails? Cheers. So nice to have a relaxing moment where you just come out here, you meditate, just chill and take in everything. Feels really good. When you're feeling overwhelmed, just take a moment for yourself. Because when you push yourself and you never take a moment for yourself, your body will psychologically show it in physical forms, and it's not fun when it does. And they were even saying there's shingles that you could get through stress. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what the fuck the doctor was talking about with my mother had that. My mother, she got so stressed, she got shingles. And I was like, that's a fucking thing. So mental health is so unchecked nowadays. It's barely covered by insurance. People have a hard time wanting to spend hard, cold cash on therapy. A lot of people don't even believe in therapy, to be honest with you, and I don't blame them. I was a skeptic on therapy too. I was so sick and tired of having therapists that you would go in and you would just say, like, you would talk to them, they're just, yeah, oh, that's horrible, so bad, so sorry that happened to you. And I'm like, that's good and all, but if I wanted the interpretation of a friend response, I would talk to a friend. If I wanted the interpretation of a professional processing what emotional point I'm at and helping me to the next stage of whatever I'm going through, that's more what I want in a therapist. And what I was getting were these people that it was like, it was no better than, I felt like I got more out of talking to friends than I did out of talking to a therapist that was, And they don't really give input. They didn't ask how I felt about certain situations, which really bothered me. They weren't asking, well, how did that make you feel? They weren't asking, like, anything. They were just listening. And then when they were done listening, they would just try to toss me on some fucking shit that we got, like, let me explain one thing about head medication. It can give you brain zaps and it can fuck you up. And if you don't know what brain zaps are, look it up. Because that's a whole Monty to explain right there. And I would never put my worst enemy through that kind of torture, in my opinion. Hawk somewhere. There's a hawk somewhere. Hi, little birdies. He's in the area. Where is he? I hear him. I heard him. I hear him. Don't see him. Why would a hawk cry out like that? Is it a baby? Fledgling? Maybe he just learned to fly? Well, get back to your dang nest. Where are you? Okay, I hear where he's at. I can almost distinctively tell you what tree he's in, but I don't see him. Do you mind? I'm trying to record and go live here. Oh, the bird's gonna interrupt. Well, I'm gonna bounce off here. It was nice hanging out with y'all and just drilling over a few things, having some fun, just chit chatting before I have a crazy day with gnomes. I hope you have a lovely one. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll be seeing you later. Bye.